All right, so this is the BPC. This room is actually part of the office building next door to the restaurant. So when you're outside, this is actually into the office building, and that's relevant because we used to own the office building, and that was the offices for Lowry's Foods after we closed the bottling plant. So at that point, my grandfather and uncle's offices were upstairs. What's now the beer cooler was our test kitchen, and we needed to expand the restaurant, so we were able to convert some office space into the Bonnie Prince Charlie room.
What year was that?
That was in the mid-70s, I want to say.
I was going to say, because this room has a feel too, that it's not exactly
no, it's not very
new structure. Yeah. But looks.
So this is the BPC. Mostly, I mean, it's open regularly, but we really use it for private dining and kind of tour business. And then what we call the main, great space.
So awesome.
Waltz table, great fireplace. Just the structure. And then all sorts of memorabilia up above with bobby burns. So guards room, again, overflow room. This is where we'll use it. Hi guys, for the speakeasy.
That's cool, man.
Is
the speakeasy open yet? I mean, is it around? Have you guys
done
the
event in the last few years? But when you start looking closely, and there's some funny, fingers here that.
That's cool. It's neat.
And if you look, I don't know where it is. There's some male anatomy carved into the ceiling. I forget where it is. So kitchen, we won't do the full tour.
No, it's a nice look, yeah.
And I think this is, forgive the mess, we're cleaning up some lunch.
Of course, come on.
This is particularly interesting because back in like the 50s, 60s, there used to be a counter here. And so you think back to the old days of like diner service. There's a counter here, and you could just get your eggs and burgers and waffles.
Oh, like a walk-up, oh, wow.
So you can see, look at the structure here, right? There used to be, the line used to always be there, but this used to be a seated counter with stools, and people just used to walk right down here.
That's hilarious and awesome, yeah.
Right?
Dang.
And so we've done a bunch of renovations and really contemporary kitchen.
Which is tough to take something that old and make it new and still maintain the integrity.
And then the Ellen Sandwich Bar, and this was a concept my grandfather really championed, and he had a couple of these. He had this one, obviously was the first one, and then he had a bar downtown called Casey's Bar, which is still there.
Okay.
And they had an Ellen Sandwich Bar there, and he just wanted to take that Lowry's tableside carving experience into something that was a little more accessible for lunchtime.
Yeah.
We're still trying to find carvers to come in and run the station. One gentleman who's here, Chickies, he's one of our carvers. He's going on 30 years with us.
It's good to have that loyalty.
But yeah, the Ellen Sandwich Bar is great. So I don't know if you went to the concept pre-pandemic, but you come up, queue up, and they carve your sandwich right here, a choice of breads, and then there's a salad bar with beets and horseradish mustard, coleslaw, our peanut coleslaw.
The hand ground horseradish?
Oh yeah. And then the bar, Ricky here's bartender's 40 plus years. Ricky, how long have you been with us? 40? What's that, 44?
Wow. Congrats. Congratulations, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the original bar, and this is the original structure of the families. Some of the last pieces that are left.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is cool.
You can't build bars like this.
I was going to say, you better be careful when you do the facadectomy.
Yeah, but if you, it's really about keeping all this structure and then new undercounter and new guts, which gets to be more expensive. But again, I don't want people to come in and not notice anything new other than their beer's a little colder, right?
Fair.
So, yeah.
Fair.
And we've, with our whiskey program, we've added in our Scotch Explorers. We're going to get back to that program. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but people can come in, and go through a kind of a whole
Flight, if you will.
yeah, but it's multi-day. You're number 2 on that list? Fantastic.
I tried for 1, but somebody beat me to it.
Oh, yeah, we'll get it back up and running.
So what do you need to do on this?
Yeah, you got to go through a whole kind of around the world of different whiskeys, and I forget how much you have to spend, but it's a few $100 to be able to get there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great.
Show me the patio. Show me. Let's see this.
Well, let's get started.
Okay.
All right, so then this is all the front entryway, and then 2014 roughly made all these renovations, put in the wall of whiskey, and then we did the snug, and this used to just be kind of a seating area, waiting area for people when they're waiting for their reservations, but now it's an opportunity for people to come in and really see our
It's really smart.
history.
This is really smart.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It was one of those moments where we were aghast at the cost of doing something with quality, but now we look at it and it's such a wonderful moment for people to come in and really.
And now you don't need to tell the
Share
story.
it.
They could just look at the
Yeah.
story and read it themselves. This is beautiful.
There's Walt and Lawrence and Harry Oliver and some fun pieces of our uniforms through the years.
Do you have the? There's supposedly something that Walt illustrated
Yeah,
with.
there are a couple. What we've done with them. Diane, where are the Disney? So here the old.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
So that was Lawrence, and that's my uncle and my grandfather. And actually on Monday, Disney's going to be making a presentation for 100th. And I don't know what it is, but
And these are actually illustrated by.
I mean, I don't think they're by Walt, but I mean, this one's Walt Disney and staff.
That's awesome.
Um,
That is incredible.
but I mean, that was 1958, so
Wow.
pretty cool.
Unbelievable.